Welcome back to the Spectrum, where we're going to talk about some 3DS games. And as you can see, I'm a big 3DS fan. Love these machines to death. Probably has the best library of games available any handheld ever. So I'm going to try to make this a short video on my 3DS collection. So this is in no particular order. So here goes all my games. First up, couldn't start with a better game. This Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. It's a really awesome entry in the Kingdom Hearts series. I'm a big fan of this. Played every single one of them except for Birth by Sleep, unfortunately. I don't have a PSP. But I highly recommend this to anyone with a 3DS. I mean, this is pure action RPG glory. Next up, we have Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. It's a quirky game. Like, at first it just seems like you really are just tapping those little lines and all that. But I like rhythm games, and the music of Final Fantasy has always been just fantastic. So, if you like rhythm games in Final Fantasy, this is a treat for you. Next up, Heroes of Ruin. And when this game first came out, it was the first game. I think it's pretty sure it's the only game that uses the 3DS's microphone for voice chat for online co-op, which is really cool. But I don't know, the critical reception of this wasn't too great, so it kind of hindered a lot of people to run out and get this. I think it's a really good dungeon crawler. There's not any dungeon crawlers on the 3DS as far as I know, except for this. You can waste a good about 20 hours or so, because it's a pretty short game if you just barrel through it. But it's really good. I think it's worth finding. You can probably find it for pretty cheap. Next is Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Now, I've already wasted more time into this game than I care to admit. More than I should be able to. I know it didn't sound like much. I'm an HR3, which is pretty low compared to most people that play this, but this is my first real try at the Monster Hunter series, and it's excellent. I actually own the Wii U version as well. It's really good. Next up, Resident Evil Revelations. I held back from picking this up. I got it for 20 bucks, played through it in 2 days. It's really good survival horror. It's a lot better than the recent Resident Evil game, the other Resident Evil games that's come out recently. So there's no brainer. Pick this up if you like action and survival horror. Next up, Adventure Time. Hey Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage? This game is, I know you might think it's a kiddie game, but it's really good. I mean, it's a short game. You can beat it in a day if you really tried. It plays like Zelda 2, but with Finn and Jake. And it's got all the characters you like in the show, if you've watched the show before. And I just like the sprites in the game. I don't know why. I guess I'm a sucker for 2D sprites. And it's made by WayForward, so that, I'm a big fan of WayForward in their games. So you can find this pretty cheap too. If you're curious about it, if you're a fan, just pick it up. It's good. Next is Project Cross Zone. Now I haven't delved too much into this game yet. I've played the first couple of chapters, I think, and what I played of it's really good. It's just the story. The story's just not there. It's kind of they just jump into portals gun-ho for no reason, just because they can, because they're curious or something. It's like they're a box of cats. Like the cats, they just keep going through portals and whatnot, meeting up with each other's characters. But I mean, the character roster is solid, and it's a good strategy RPG if you're into those kind of games. And it's got a lot of, it's got some button mashing into it too, so it's not too bad. It's not too much of a, what was I going to say? It's not traditional strategy RPG. It's pretty unique, so pick this up. It's really worth your time. Next up, Shin Megami Tensei 4. I was pre-ordered this for the limited edition. I've actually never played a Shin Megami game before. I've delved into it for a little bit. It's a pretty tough game. It's I'm having a hard time with it. Maybe it's just because I'm a noob at it. But I really like the anime style of it and negotiating with the demons and things like that. I'll go ahead and admit, I've already wasted a lot of coins, a lot of play coins at the River Styx. So it tells you how bad I am at this game. But I'm barreling through it. It's a tremendous challenge, but I enjoy it so much. Next is a launch game, Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions. It's got a couple of Pac-Man and Galaga games in here, and then it's got two new, the Galaga 3D Impact and Pac-Man Tilt. 3D Impact I'm not too crazy about, but Pac-Man Tilt is actually worth your time. It's a pretty fun little like 2D Pac-Man platformer. It's kind of strange. And then it comes with Galaga Legions, Pac-Man Championship Edition, and then the original Pac-Man and Galaga. So if you're an arcade fan, it's a really good package. This is really good. And this next one's a launch game as well. Pilot Wings Resort. I didn't want this game. The only reason why I have it is because when I bought my 3DS XL, GameStop was doing a promotion of getting a free game. It was either this game or Steel Diver. So I went with what I thought was the better of the two. It's not a bad game, it's just I would have hated to pay full price for this kind of game. It's alright. Next up, Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. This game, it's got a lot of challenging puzzles. I mean, if you've ever played these games, you know what to expect. It's a good, you're playing it for the story. It's just the puzzles come in between of you and learning what happens with Professor Layton. And if you're, into storytelling, this is a good game. You'll get a good couple hours in it too. So I recommend that one. Next up, Lego City Undercover, The Chase Begins. Despite what everyone says, this is not a bad game, I don't think. If you just give it a shot. No, it's not. It tries to be open world on the 3DS, which is pretty ambitious to do in the first place. But it's obviously running with limited hardware, so they divide Lego City up into areas. So you can't just drive from one end of Lego City to the other without a loading screen. And but it's not that bad. The platforming is really good, and driving you can still take whatever car you see and drive it. It's a pretty good portable version of the Wii U game. So it's not bad. If you can find it, I'd pick it up if you're a fan of the Wii U version. The big one that just released a month ago, Animal Crossing New Leaf. This game is addictive. If you want a life, stay away from this game. I'm not even going to spend that much time on it, because if you're watching this, you probably already have it. Star Fox 64 3D. Really good 3D. I'd say remake, because they actually did touch up a lot of the graphics in the game. And they went as far as getting the voice acting redone, which is kind of questionable in some areas, but a lot of the parts I don't really notice it. If you enjoy this game, you should. If you enjoy the game on 64, it's a no-brainer to pick it up for your 3DS on the go. Another remake, of course, the first game that everybody was waiting for the 3DS, Ocarina of Time 3D. I believe this will be another game I'm not going to talk too much about, because it's one of the best games of all time. You probably have it on Virtual Console or something, so I'm just going to pass that. Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. This is I don't own the Wii version, so that's why I picked this up, and it's a really good platform all the way through. Challenging. It's just like the old Donkey Kong Countries on the Super Nintendo. It's challenging as they're supposed to be. I've already used these, so don't think about it. But yeah, I recommend buying this. It's like 30 bucks, so it's not that bad, and you get the exclusive New World. I haven't actually gotten to that yet because you have to complete the original game first. Here's Kid Icarus Uprising. I will admit this game does give me hand cramps, but that's not going to let me, not going to stop me from playing this game. This game is gorgeous. It looks really good in 3D. If you like shoot 'em ups, this is a game for you. It's really, really awesome. Just if you can get past the control scheme and just barrel through it, this game has a good story. The humor is good. Voice acting is good. Highly recommend this game. Another game I can highly recommend, Fire Emblem Awakening. It took me about 50 hours to get through this game on normal classic. So yeah, I had a lot of characters die on me, and that's the thing about Fire Emblem. You really do start to care for these characters, and then like a blink of an eye, they're gone in a battle, which is kind of you actually feel for the character. So you do get bummed out when someone dies, but it's a really good strategy RPG, well worth the money if you can find it somewhere. I'm pretty sure you can find it anywhere, but pick that up. It's really good. Here's Paper Mario Sticker Star. I'll admit, this is my least favorite Paper Mario game. I beat it in about, I guess, 22 hours or so. But I had to, I'll admit it, I constantly had to look up where certain stickers were to get past certain points, because you have to do a lot of backtracking through levels to find the specific thing sticker or whatever that you need. So, I mean, that, and there's no real point to fighting the enemies. I actually avoided a lot of the enemies just because I wanted to save my stickers. So there wasn't really a point to beating them if there's no leveling up. But if you can find that, I got it on sale from Best Buy. So it's a good game, but not great. Mario Kart 7. It's probably another one of those games I shouldn't talk too much about. Everyone knows what Mario Kart is. You get the gliders, and then you can drive underwater. The main differences here. The online mode's really good, though. If you're looking for a good online racer, look no further. But it's Mario Kart, so you probably already have it. It's too good to pass up. Here's Mario Tennis Open. And this is it's a pretty good Mario Tennis game. That doesn't beat Mario Power Tennis for the GameCube, but because the controls here are a little too simple, in my opinion. You just pretty much go to whatever colored area the ball's coming to, and then you hit the appropriate swing for it. But it has online multiplayer, so it's good for a couple of online matches if you want to waste some time doing that and create your character. You can create your Mii and deck them out in tennis attire, and it affects their stats. So it's pretty fun for on-the-go Mario Tennis. And there's a big one, Mario Luigi Dream Team. I'm currently playing through this one right now, and it's number 2 to Superstar Saga for me. Just because the dream worlds are really great, and how you interact with Luigi is just fantastic, and just charming how you can mess with Luigi and get him to interact with Mario in the dream world. So that shtick is really good, and the art style throughout is really interesting. It's kind of cell shaded 3D. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it really fits for this series, and really recommend anyone looking for a good Mario game, looking for a good RPG. This is really good. Another one, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. This game is fantastic. If you like the original, you'll love this one. If you like multiplayer, you'll love this one. The multiplayer is really good. Online, scare scraper mode, get up with some friends online, and try to best the mansion's floors. You can go up to 25 floors. And the game's pretty long too. I beat it. The only thing I don't like is the mission structure. I wish you could freely go through the mansions like you could in the first one, but The other than that, the game is awesome. You got lots of different kinds of ghosts and upgrades to the Poltergeist 5000 and some other new things in the game. So check this out if you haven't yet. The last two here. Super Mario 3D Land. It's a handheld 3D Mario game if you wanna, even though you're not going for the stars, it's the flagpoles here. So it's a good hybrid of the classic 2D and 3D Mario games. Lots of power-ups. The Tanuki power-up is back, but not in the way you would think. But it works. This game is really good. It's, I'd say, still the best-looking 3DS game overall. It's just a gorgeous-looking game. It plays good. Lots of challenge. I mean, finding the star coins and everything. And one of the best-looking games in 3D. It uses the 3D effect tremendously, and I love it. So pick this up if you haven't yet. Last one, New Super Mario Bros. 2. Now this game, it is kind of a cash grab, ironically. I mean, the million coins thing is really cool. I love the gold flower. I love turning everything into gold, turning the blocks into coins, turning the enemies into coins. It's all good. The levels here are good, but everything just kind of feels recycled. The music is kind of the same as the Wii version, and some of the locations kind of look the same, but the coin rush mode is really addictive. If you street pass a lot, the street pass for this is really good to challenge yourself to best someone's scores. And there's also this is the first Mario game to have DLC stages. Yeah, some of the stages are really good and some of them are really tough, so those are worth checking out. But if you like Super Mario Brothers platformers, you've already got this, and it's a tremendous game. Other than it being kind of a copy and paste, I mean, it's not the worst copy and paste I've ever seen, but it's well worth trying getting for your 3DS. And the million coins thing, I mean, I did it just for the challenge. I didn't care about the Tanuki or the gold statue thing or whatever. So that's it.